Hey y'all, what's up? It's Julie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. If you are new here, like I said, my name is Julie and I make videos about cross stitch. And if you are a returning viewer, you know it has been a while since I posted a video. The last video on my account was a 2024 WIP Parade, and the video before that was a 2023 WIP Parade. So it has been a while since I've posted a video and have been active on FlossTube, and that's something I definitely want to change going into 2026. In 2026, I would like to post at least monthly update videos. So every single month I want to post an update video, and I think that is very possible, especially in January, February, and March. Me and my husband and our 8-month-old just moved into my parents' house temporarily this past weekend. My husband's actually joining the Marines as an officer, so he goes to officer training next week. And so me and our 8-month-old are staying with my parents until we can join him. And so I should definitely be able to post videos, at least monthly videos until then, because my parents will gladly watch our baby. But even after that, it should be very doable to at least post a video every month. So hold me to that. I'm going to hold myself to that, and that's the goal for 2026. This video is going to be a WIP parade. If you don't know, WIP stands for work in progress, and basically a WIP parade is where you just go through and show all of your projects, regardless if they got work over the past year or not. It's just kind of a way to look at what you have, what you worked on, what you haven't worked on, and just kind of an overview and a starting point for the next year. So that's what we're going to do. I don't have any order. These are just kind of thrown together in a pile in front of me because I didn't have time to like actually go through and put them in any sort of order. So we're just going to go through in whatever order they're in this pile. I will try to give year that they were started. I don't have exact dates, but I'll try to say the year that I started them. I also have my tablet open next to me over here so that I can reference how far along patterns are percentage wise, and also I might need it for chart names and artists and stuff as well, because it's been a while since I've talked about a lot of these projects. So if I'm looking over that way a lot, that is why. I think that's it. I gave a quick life update just kind of within that. But yeah, my husband's joining the Marines. We moved away from where we were and into my parents' house for the time being. I am going to continue working for the company I was working for. They let me go remote. So yeah, and then in my last video, I was pregnant. We have since had our 8-month-old. She's almost 8 months. And her name is June, and she's the best thing ever. So there's a picture of her. But yeah, I think that's everything. We can just jump right into it. I have 2 starts that were also finishes for 2025, so you've not seen these ones before, and I will have to probably put chart information and artist information on the screen. Both of these are from Etsy, and I just don't remember who they were charted by. Oh no, it looks like the frame broke on this one. I'll have to glue that back together. But anyways, here is the first one. So I made this for our daughter's room, nursery. Isn't it so cute? Just like a little bunnies. I really like that one. But I just noticed that the frame is broken. But anyways, so cute. Again, I'll put the chart information down here. But yeah, I think this one took me maybe 4 or 5 days to do. And I did this one while I was pregnant. So at the beginning of 2025. Okay. The next one that I started and finished is this one. Sorry about the glare. I'm trying to like avoid it the best I can. But you can see it says, I think you can see. I never remember if the camera inverts the wording or not, but it says Certified Silly Goose. And this one I kind of just did for no reason, but my husband liked it, so it was on his nightstand until we moved. But yeah, it says Certified Silly Goose. Again, chart information here. I think this is like 14 count. Yeah. And again, took only a few days to finish that one. Okay. And then I also do have a few new starts that are just kind of piled in with the rest of these. So we'll just get to them when we get to them. But yeah. So the first one on my pile is a Long Dog Samplers. This one is Legal High. So I'll try to remember, this is what the pattern will look like. And then also here's where it was at the beginning of 2025. And then here it is now. So I'll try to leave up the before picture so that you can see the difference. But I actually just recently worked on this one in December and got a good amount done. So as you could tell, I had like this corner done and I went across here and finished up this side. So this is the full width of the pattern. And I am picking colors for this as I go. I think I am gonna stick with these 3 colors that I have, maybe add in 1 more color. But right now it's just like a dark brown, blue, and like a maroon color. So I really love this one. I think that it's so pretty. And it's on 28 count. So that's that one. It's at 9.2%. And I think I started this one in 2022. Don't hold me to these dates though. If I had time, I would have gone back and looked at my last WIP Parade because I think that I had sorted them in that one, but I just didn't have time to do that. So, okay, this next one is a new start. Well, it's a restart. So this is Autumn Sampler by, who's this by? Let me look on Pattern Keeper so I don't mess it up. I think it's by Sandy Orton, but let me just double check. Yeah, this is Autumn Sampler by Sandy Orton, and it's charted by Cooler Classic Charts. So like I said, this is a restart. I will show you what I had before. So that's where I was at. I think this is 14 count, and that's the biggest reason I wanted to restart it, is that I didn't want it so big. But that was my original start. And I've been saying in WIP Parades for like 3 years now that I wanted to restart this, and I finally did it recently. So it doesn't have a lot done because I literally just restarted it like 2 weeks ago. And only worked on it once, but this is what I got done. Just a tiny little corner start, little acorn. And it's still in the hoop because, like I said, I just restarted it. But yeah, now it's on 22 count, so a little bit smaller. And actually, let me put these up so you can see the difference. So this one is like 14 count and this one is 22 count, and you can see how much smaller the little acorn is in the corner. So yeah, I guess I'm also using a little bit lighter fabric than originally. But yeah, so that's that one. And then I do have this on Pattern Keeper now, so it's at 0.67%. Okay. Next one is Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio. So here is what this one will look like. I did not work on this one this year, so there is no before picture. But I also finally got this one into Pattern Keeper. So I just recently went through all of my projects and was like, if I can buy a PDF version and get it on Pattern Keeper, I'm doing that. So I have like 3 or 4 new ones on Pattern Keeper that I was using paper charts for. So now that they're in Pattern Keeper, I think I'll definitely work on them more. So this is one that I finally got in Pattern Keeper. And it is at 33.07%. So here it is. This is a pretty big pattern. I think this is 18 count, which obviously is making it like even bigger. But I love this one. It is my only Halloween piece, so I definitely want to get it finished so that I can have it as a decoration. But yeah. I don't know what year I started this one. I cannot remember. I know that I did restart it because I think it must have been 2020. I think I started this in 2020. But yeah, love that one. Okay, next one is another Heaven and Earth. This is the first Heaven and Earth I've done. Okay, this is the first Heaven and Earth that I've talked about. This one is Hidden Harbor by Andy Russell, again charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I want to say I started this one in 2021. This is another one that I restarted though. I originally started it on 18 count and then switched it to 28 count. So this is where it was at the beginning of 2025, and here it is now. So I can't remember exactly where I was, but I want to say it was like up at the top of this building. So I've done from that down. And it is at 10.7%. So this one's a big pattern, 10% here. And I'm doing Royal Rose method on this one. So I have so many park threads. But yeah, absolutely love the colors on this one. Again, it's restarted on 28 count. So 10% done on that one. Okay. Next one is another Heaven and Earth design. This one is Tiki Beach Sunset. It's the Story Keep version though. So this is by Amy Stewart. And basically a story keep means that it's a small section of a larger chart. So this is like a small portion of one of her larger charts. I basically just explained that twice, but okay. So I definitely worked on this one. This is what it looks like, or this is what it looked like at the beginning of 2025. And here's what it looks like now. I'm not actually sure what I worked on, but I'm pretty sure I worked on it. And this one I was also doing Royal Rose method on, but then decided not to, so I worked in all of the park threads. So maybe that's all I did, was work in all of these parked threads. But this one's on 28 count as well, and this one is 37.27%. So not too bad. This one's not a big one. So I'm excited to get back to that one. I think it's really, really pretty. And I really like working on that one. Okay, the next one is one that I did not work on in 2025. This one is Happy Harvest Scarecrow by Diane Arthurs, and it's charted by Imaginating. I actually just don't have this one in Pattern Keeper. I have the paper chart because I couldn't find this one as a PDF. But here it is. Like, again, I did not work on this one, so there is no before picture, but this is what I have done. So pretty much I just have the basket of pumpkins left. Sorry about the glare. But yeah, I just have like that basket of pumpkins left to go. And then I need to fix the back stitch up here because it got messed up, but there's really not a ton left. So I really wish I could get this one into Pattern Keeper though, because I feel like I would definitely work on it a lot more if it was. But I cannot find a PDF version of this. I guess I could try and scan it in, but we'll see. And this one is on like 14 count. It's a really big fabric. Yeah, there it is. 14 count. Natural data. Okay. The next one is another Heaven and Earth. This one is, did I start this one in 2025? No, this was definitely in my last WIP Parade. I think I started this at the beginning or at the end of 2024. So this is supersized world travel bookshelf, max color version by Amy Stewart. So it's supersized and max color version. And so here's what it will look, or here's what it looks like finished. And then here it was at the beginning of 2025. This is probably definitely my biggest project, and I finished another page on it, so that's what it looks like. And here it is now. So finished another page and decided that was a good stopping point. But I love this one. I love how much detail you can already see, like this hot air balloon, and you can already see some of the books, the top of like a instrument. This right here is the top of a woman's head. So I just love how much detail you can already see coming through in this. This is on 28 count. Obviously this fabric, I'll show you if I can even get all of the fabric in the screen. It is massive. So this is gonna take me a really long time to finish, but that's okay. I love the process of stitching, so love that one. Okay. That one is 2.15%. So pretty much what I realized is that each page is basically a percentage, a little over 1%. Each page is about 1% of the project, so massive. Okay. Next one is, I think, my oldest WIP, and one that I did not work on and probably haven't worked on the past 2 years, I think. Maybe I did actually have progress on this last WIP Parade. But I don't think, yeah, I did not work on it this year. So this is Butterflies by Stitchrovia. Here's the pattern. I started this in 2020, and this is another one that I finally got in Pattern Keeper recently, so I think I'll definitely pull this back out now that it's in Pattern Keeper. But here's what I had done on it so far. And now I can tell you that it's 63.5% done. So we're over the halfway mark, and I would really, really, really love to get some work on this in 2026 and potentially finish it, because like I said, it's my oldest WIP and it does not need to be a WIP anymore. But yeah, we'll see. This is on 18 count. Okay. Next one is another Heaven and Earth. This one is Believe by Sue Miller. This is what it will look like when it's finished. And I did work on this one. So this is what it looked like at the beginning of the year. And this is what it looks like now. So I just finished this first page of the pattern. This one is a big one as well. This is 4.81%. So a lot to go on this. And this is on 28 count. And I chose like a darker color fabric because there's a lot of white in this pattern, so I didn't want to do it on a light fabric. But yeah. Sorry if you can hear my baby in the background. I don't know if you can. It sounds like she just woke up from a nap, but my husband's with her. But she is crying a little bit, so sorry if you can hear her. But yeah, that's this one. Okay, I think that this one's like an early start too, but I restarted this one. It originally was on 28 count, or sorry, 18 count, and I restarted it on 28 count. And I think when I first started it on 18 count, I had about a page done, so I've pretty much done what I had done on the 18 count, if that makes sense. Okay, next one is one that I have not worked on in a long time. This is Summertime. Again, I think this is by Stitchrovia. So here's what it looks like when it's finished. This is one that I also think, did I get this one in Pattern Keeper? No, I didn't. Okay, well, I might try and get this one into Pattern. Oh wait, yes I did. Here it is. Sorry. Oh, it doesn't look like it went in correctly. Okay, never mind, scratch that. This one is one that I do not have in Pattern Keeper. So this is what it looks like, or how much I have done. So not too much left to go. Okay, sorry, my phone fell. But there's not too much left to go. I think it just kind of would go to like down here, but I have not worked on this one in a long time. If I can get it on Pattern Keeper, I think that will help, but it is really pretty, and it doesn't take too long to do each little motif, but I don't know, just haven't pulled it out. And this one's on 18 count. My goal for 2026 is to stitch on every single project at least once. So everything should have progress in my next WIP Parade at the end of the year. This next one is Let Us Rejoice, I think it's called. I think it's Country Cottage Needleworks. If that's not right, I'll put it on the screen. But here's what it will look like when it's finished. And I have not worked on this one at all in a while. So here it is. This is the day that the Lord has made is what I have so far, and then the verse. And then I think what's holding me up is this big house that I have to stitch. Yeah. I chose to do this on like a light blue fabric because I thought that the white house would be really pretty on that. Yeah, this is on like 14 count. I think this is one of my earliest starts, so I need to get back to that and finish it. Okay, so the next one is a Carolyn Manning Designs pattern, and this one is called Birthday Cake. So here's what it will look like when it's finished. And I actually did work on this one this year, so here is the before picture, and here it is now. So I think I did probably like maybe here over. And I have decided to crop this pattern. I just am going to do a portion of it. So I did go ahead and mark off all the part I'm not going to do in Pattern Keeper. So it says that it's 45% done. But obviously that's a majority of that percentage is what I'm not stitching. So yeah, I do really like working on this one. I don't know, I'm not prioritizing finishing the whole thing, so I decided to crop it. But I love it. And I don't know if I said, it's on 28 count. And I am doing this one with CXC threads. Is it CXC or XCX? I think it's CXC. Just because I had a bunch of them and decided that I would finally use them on something, so. Okay, next one is one that I started in 2025. I don't remember the pattern name or artist, but it's from Etsy, so I'll put all that on the screen with a picture of what it looks like when it's finished. This is more of like a specialty stitches design, and I thought it would just be fun to practice different specialty stitches. Or I guess it's not really even specialty stitches, it's more like just back stitches, but here's what I have so far. So not a ton, just 4 little boxes, but it's been fun. I actually think this is 28 count, which is interesting to do back stitch on, but it's turning out well, so we'll see. But yeah. Okay, next one is this next one is Rosewood Manor, Dreaming of Mums. This is another one that I could not find a good PDF version of to add to Pattern Keeper, which I think would really, really help me work on it. So maybe I'll try to scan it in and see if I can get it to upload that way. Obviously, I couldn't do the like back stitch on there, but I think just having the cross stitch in Pattern Keeper would help me work on this so much more. But I did not work on it this year, so here's where it's at. Super pretty pattern. But I just do not like working off paper charts, so that's the holdup. But this is on 18 count, so it's gonna be pretty big when it's finished. But yeah, and this is also one of my earlier starts. I want to say 2020. I have way too many that I started in 2020 that are still WIPs. But like I said, my goal is to work on everything this year at least once. So I start getting more and more progress on those older pieces. Which this is another one that I just grabbed. This is Wending Stitches Croft Garden. I don't think that this Etsy seller makes these patterns anymore. Last time I checked, they were not on her shop anymore, but this is what it looks like when it's finished. And this is a mix of specialty stitches and regular cross stitch. I did not work on this one this year, so is this the right way? Yeah. So here it is. Sorry about all the like parked threads. Super pretty. I love the colors in this. It's like jewel toned, and it's really fun to work on the different specialty stitches. There's some sparkly thread in there. And I think this is like 1 page worth done. But super pretty. Love this one. And excited to get back to it. Okay. Next one is my 2025 Heaven and Earth Sow piece. So stitch along piece. This one is, what's it called? Drinks on the Beach by Lars Stewart. I did not really get a lot done on this. Definitely not enough to get any of the rewards or anything like that, but I still had fun on it. It's a very bright, like colorful piece. I think I had a tiny start on this at the beginning of 2025 because it came out a few days early. So if I have a picture, I'll put it here, but it would just be a really small start. And here is what I managed to get done. So yeah, this is at 44, well, no, I shouldn't even say that. I only have the first installment uploaded into Pattern Keeper, so the first installment is at 44%. But yeah, it is really fun to work on. It's, like I said, like bright colors. But I just realized after working on it for a while that it's not something that I would probably hang up in our house. So I just decided that it wasn't a priority piece. I do like it, but just not something that I felt like I wanted to spend like all of my stitching time on. So I'll keep working on it, but yeah, and it's on 28 count, so I like it. We'll see how long it takes me to finish it though. Okay, next one is one that I started this year, so you have not seen this one before on my channel. You haven't seen it before, but it's the Northern Expression Needleworks Twisted Christmas sampler. So here is what it looked like when it's finished. Sorry, I keep messing with my hair. I feel like it looks messy. But here's this one when it's finished. Like I said, new start. And here is what I got done. So I did go ahead and start putting like beads on there so you can see some of the beads. Super pretty. I love this one so much. It's been really fun. It's kind of a mix between cross stitch and specialty stitches and beading, and it's really fun to work on. So there is that one. This one is on, I actually don't remember. Is the sticker still on this fabric? Yes, it is. This is on 32 count raw natural linen by Belfast. I think it's the called for fabric, and I'm using DMC. Super pretty. And this is one of my only Christmas pieces, so would love to get this one done by next Christmas, so we'll see. But okay, next one is another new start. This one is Old MacDonald. I think it's called Old MacDonald's Farm. This one's Old MacDonald's Farm by Sandy Orton, charted by Cooler Classic Designs. So here are Cooler Classic charts. So here's what it looked like when it's finished. And here is is what I did on it. So just that top corner. I do have this one in Pattern Keeper. So it says that I have done 3.92%, so almost 4%. I started this one because our daughter like loves when we sing "Oh McDonald." So I thought it'd be a cute way to kind of remember that we used to sing it to her all the time. And that's just like a really pretty start. Love that. This is on 22 count. Sorry the lighting has changed so much throughout this video. The sun's like going down. But we have two more to go. So this next one is another Long Dog sampler. This one is Saga. Here's what it looks like when it's finished. And I did not work on this one this year. It is one that I kind of frogged a bunch out of, but I think that was before this year anyway, so you would have already known that. But originally I was going to go through each arch and kind of choose colors as I went for all the different little things in each arch. But then I decided I didn't like the way that looked, so I frogged a bunch and then restarted with pinks. So it's mainly pinks. I picked like 2 different greens. Here it is. And I absolutely love this now that I chose new colors. So I did not work on it though, which I'm sad about because I actually really like this one. I mean, I really like all my projects, but I'm just looking at this one now and thinking like, why did I not work on it? But yeah, so the arch is like a brown color, and then I'm mostly using like different shades of pink with 2 different greens. So love this one. It is really big. This is 5.3%. So lots to go, but love it. And this one's on 28 count. Okay, one more. My last WIP is one that I just recently started. So this one is for the Haid Stitch Along for 2026. And I chose an abundance of fruit. So this is what the chart looks like. And yeah, I still have this one on my like frame because I was stitching it today. I guess I can take it off the lap stand. There we go. Okay. So this is what I got done yesterday and today. And I'm doing this 28 count 2/1 10 stitch. This is the first time I've ever not done full stitches, so first time doing half stitch on a project, but I think that it's turning out really nice. And I have done 0.56%, so 484 stitches so far. And I really like this one, and I also really like a couple of the other charts. So I would like to get at least 6 pages done so that I can get those other charts. And we did also get the exclusive Amy Stewart chart, which I want to start this year. So that's the only plan I have this year, is that one start, and then just to really work on these other projects and touch everything at least once. But yeah, I think that's everything I have to talk about today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see my projects through 2026, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video, which will be at the end of January. See you guys next time.